Hey, it's Mobb Guppy, where the guppy is the mob. Getting ready to feed my guppies some Cyclops, but I'm preparing water for my next water change. And I have 2 of these 45-gallon tubs. And I age the water. I age the water for several days at least before I do any type of water change. Now, I treat my water because my water contains chloramines. I treat my water with this, with Prime by the good folks at CCAP. And why do I do that? I've used this CCAP Prime. I've also used the API, which I happen to like very, very much. So I go through and I fill up this container, and it's a little unwieldy the way I do it, maybe a little goofy, but it works really, really well for me. So give me a second and I will show you how I load, how I go out and I load the water. So I have 2 sets of buckets. For clean water, I have blue buckets. And I fill these buckets up and just pour them into the big 45-gallon drums or tubs or whatever they are. Garbage pails, I guess that's the best way to do it. So I just completed this one. Let me pull this out. I'm not going to show you how I dump them in, because I think you have an idea. If I fill this up, these are what, almost 4 gallons, 3.5 gallons, so I get them up pretty close to being full. So I walk back and forth for 45 gallons. You know, I walk back and forth about 12, 13 times. We make it go through. So that's how I do it. When they're filled up, I'll show you what I do then. Okay, this is complete. I'll bring it down here. This is, I close the top on these. And this is going to sit like that for the next about 24 to 48 hours. And once we're done then, I will begin to do water changes. Now, there's really good news about doing water changes like this, is that the water is, when all intents and purposes, about 5 degrees cooler than the water that goes into the aquariums. Usually it's about 72, 73 degrees. I keep my aquariums at 78, except for the Mica Splendens tank, which is at room temperature, so basically the same temperature it is here. Some people go out, there are some guppy people that they go out of their way to keep the water at the same temperature. In fact, they also aerate it. I don't, and I think aeration is a little, it's a little over the top, at least for me. I add the Prime about 2 buckets to the end, so everything gets mixed up pretty good. It's going to sit there for 48 hours. It'll break down the chloramines and chloride and all the other stuff in there. And then it'll be ready for water changes. And once we're ready for water changes, we go from there. So again, thanks for watching Mobb Guppy, where the guppy is the mob. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. It makes me feel good. It makes my cockles warm and happy. And that's a perfectly clean term, everybody. Please subscribe, ring that bell, comment below. Tell me how you do your water changes. I am curious. And want to hear what you have to say. I guess one other angle with this having to do with water changes. Sometimes people just do the water change. They put in the raw water and treat the water in the aquarium as they're entering it. My fear, and I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac, I'm a little bit of a guy that worries probably a little too much. What I end up worried about is that the water with the chloramines and chloride in there will go and damage the beneficial bacteria. So that's my thinking. Again, thanks for watching Mobb Guppy, where the Guppy is the mob. You guys have a great day.